Good morning and welcome to Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming live to you from the LINC conference in Orlando, Florida. And joining me is Scott Collins. He is the director of broker independence, and we're going to focus on breakaway brokers. Kind of sounds like someone did something bad in school, right? So what's the current state of the breakaway movement, and do you expect it to rise or fall going forward?
You know, the breakaway movement for us has never been better. There are a lot of advisors who are part of whether it's a wirehouse or maybe they're a rep at an independent broker-dealer, and who are struggling with that model, and they're looking at this model as the next evolution of the business. So we've been very busy, and it's never been better.
What is that model? How is that different than the wirehouse broker experience?
So on this model, you know, if somebody is an independent RIA, they're controlling all aspects of the business, from how they work with their clients, how they market themselves. They run the business truly as an independent business owner, and how they deliver advice to their clients. So they want to have the most control and autonomy over running their practice.
Who's your typical breakaway broker? Someone who's been in the business for a number of years, or can anyone go into the independent space?
I would say the typical breakaway broker right now for us, we have two. So you have the advisors coming out of the wirehouse, and for the past, I'd say, a couple of years, we've had a lot of success with the breakaway coming out of the IBD space. So that person may have started at a wirehouse at one point, took that initial step, went to an independent broker-dealer, but now recognizing that that model's a bit broken and they want to move on, they're evolving to this channel.
What's your outlook for continued growth in the RIA space? Do you think more new firms or existing firms are going to continue to grow their advisory business?
So I think it's going to be great growth for us on this side. I think you're going to see a lot of the firms that have already moved over and have kind of gained some scale continue to add junior advisors or newer advisors to the business, to their model. And I think we're going to see more and more reps leave the wirehouse and the independent space and come this direction. There are a couple 100,000 reps who are licensed, and the more advisors that move this way and they see their friends do it, more will continue to move.
Well, it's interesting because banks, independent brokers, they are trying to grow their advisory business as well. Do you think that trend could impact independent advisor business at all?
Sure. Some are trying to morph and change. A lot of those broker dealers made their revenues on high commission products, and I think there are a lot of great reps there who are trying to do the right thing for their clients. But I think they look at this channel and say, hey, this is really the evolution of the business. It gives me the most control. I can do the best job for my clients. And so I think we'll see more people come this way. So will it be an impact? Maybe a little bit,
right.
But this is, you had to be with the wirehouse back in the day. They had the research, they had the technology. Then the IBD channel kind of came about, and that was a good first step. But I think you're going to see more people just go directly to the RA channel.
Well, the perfect way to wrap it up is let's talk about Broker Protocol, which hit the headlines in Q4.
Sure.
Explain to us what exactly that is and what your outlook.
Sure. So the Broker Protocol was an agreement between firms initially, mostly wirehouse firms, to say, hey, we won't sue you if you take an advisor, and you don't sue us if we take one of yours. So it was kind of leveled the playing field. And since that point, about, probably 1,500 or more firms have signed on. And you've had a couple of firms who stepped back from it recently. We don't think it's going to have a huge impact for us. Let's face it, reps don't like feeling trapped, and they're going to look for a better model to do their business in. So we think it may have a little bit of a slowing for some reps moving, but shouldn't impact us long term.
All right, outlook looks pretty good.
It does.
All right, well, thank you very much, Scott, for joining us. And make sure you stay tuned throughout the day with me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, reporting from the LINC conference in Orlando, Florida.